Every time you fill your car with gas, part of that oil passed through a strait 33 kilometers wide. Right now, it's closed. Iran shut the strait. Oil, $110. The global economy is choking. But this is not the first time. For 2,500 years, people have been killing for this strait, and none who took it held it forever. By the end, the chronicler will show you what this strait looks like today, from both sides of the war. The Strait of Hormuz, at its narrowest, 33 kilometers, between Iran and Oman. 20% of the world's oil passes through it. 30% of liquefied gas. Every day, 21 million barrels. Close it, and gas prices double in a week. Factories stop. Flights cancel. Economies collapse. Imagine standing on the deck of a Persian trade ship. The air, salt and cinnamon. The strait so narrow you can see both shores. 25 centuries ago, this is where it all began. Japan, 90% of its oil through the strait. South Korea, 75. India, 60. China, 40. One dot on the map, 33 kilometers, and half the world held hostage. The first to understand the power of this strait were the Persians. The Achaemenid Empire, the largest the world had ever seen. Darius I built the first naval fleet in the Persian Gulf. He controlled both shores of the strait. Through the strait came spices from India, silk from China, frankincense from Arabia. Whoever held the strait held world trade. Pearls from Bahrain, copper from Oman, teak from India. The strait was an artery, and the Persians held it in their fist. The same route today's oil tankers follow. Only the cargo has changed. But every empire that held the strait believed, this is forever. None of them were right. Then Alexander came. Persia fell. But the strait remained. And the next master was already coming. The Arabs, the Islamic conquest. A new faith, but the same strait. The port of Saraf became the Dubai of the 8th century. Arab navigators went further than anyone, through the strait, to India, Malacca, China. Sinbad was not a fairy tale. He was the composite portrait of 1,000 captains. Baghdad's golden age was fed by trade through this strait. Close it then, and the House of Wisdom would never have existed. The Mongols destroyed Baghdad in 1258. The golden age went dark. But the strait kept working. Trade found new masters. 1507. Afonso de Albuquerque, a Portuguese admiral, the man who decided the entire Indian Ocean would belong to Portugal. He wrote to his king, "If I take Hormuz, I take the world." He stormed the island, built a fort, and for 130 years, Portugal controlled all trade in the Indian Ocean. The fort on Hormuz Island. Red stone walls baking in 50-degree heat. The smell of gunpowder and cloves. The island of Hormuz became one of the richest ports in the world. Travelers called it a jewel in the ring of the ocean. Every ship passing through the strait paid a toll to Portugal. Control, absolute. But Persia never forgot. In 1622, Shah Abbas decided to take the strait back. And he made one decision that would haunt Persia for 300 years. He hired the English East India Company, promised them trade privileges. The English sent ships. He called the English for help. Together they expelled the Portuguese. Persia reclaimed the strait, but the English didn't leave. They stayed for 300 years. Shah Abbas's decision brought the British Empire to the Persian Gulf. 1908, they struck oil in Iran, the first major discovery in the Middle East. The company that would become BP was born. Winston Churchill, 1911. He converted the Royal Navy from coal to oil. British ships became faster, but now they depended on one strait. Whoever controls Hormuz controls the world's energy. This was true in 1911. It is true today. World War I. Oil decided everything. Tanks, planes, ships, all on Persian Gulf oil. The strait became a matter of life and death. World War II, same story. Rommel raced for the oil. Japan attacked Pearl Harbor over an oil embargo. The strait, worth its weight in gold. Britain drew borders, created emirates, installed rulers, all to keep oil flowing through the strait. Then, 1953. The CIA and MI6 overthrew Iran's Prime Minister Mossadegh for trying to nationalize the oil, the very oil that flowed through the strait. The Shah of Iran, a puppet after the coup. 26 years. Oil flowed. The West was happy. Iranians were not. 1979. Revolution. Khomeini. Islamic Republic. And the new Iran's first words about the strait. This is our weapon. Every event on this strait echoes the last. Oil, 1908. Coup, 1953. Revolution, 1979. And what is happening right now? 1980. Iraq attacked Iran. 8 years of war. And both sides started sinking tankers in the strait. 546 attacks on commercial vessels. Missiles, mines, torpedoes. Oil burned on the water. Insurance companies refused to cover ships. Crews refused to sail. The world's oil, hostage to two countries at war with each other. America intervened. Operation Earnest Will, escorting tankers under U.S. Navy protection. For the first time, American warships in the strait permanently. May 17, 1987. USS Stark, an American frigate. An Iraqi Exocet missile hit the ship. 37 American sailors died. Iraq apologized. America accepted. Because Iraq was fighting Iran. July 3, 1988. Captain Will Rogers III, commander of the cruiser USS Vincennes. His radar showed an object ascending from Iran. The radar screen of USS Vincennes. Green glow, a blip ascending. 300 people in the plane returning home from Mecca. The captain sees the blip. He has 30 seconds. He ordered fire. 2 missiles. Target destroyed. It was Iran Air Flight 655. 290 people. A passenger plane. 290 people. 66 children. The United States never apologized. Captain Rogers received a medal. Iran never forgot and never forgave. Since then, the U.S. Navy's 5th Fleet has been based in Bahrain, permanently. Carriers patrol the strait year-round. The Persian Gulf became an American lake. Every time Iran speaks about the strait, it remembers Flight 655. Every threat to close Hormuz echoes that day. 2019. Attacks on tankers in the strait. Drones. Mines. No one claims responsibility. The world grows nervous. Iran seized the British tanker Stena Impero, right in the strait, in front of the whole world. The message was clear. Houthis from Yemen started attacking commercial ships in the Red Sea. Drones, missiles. Global trade tried to avoid the strait, but there were no alternatives. 2023, Gaza. 2024. Direct missiles, Iran-Israel. 2025, a 12-day war. The strait trembles. January 2026. The largest protests in Iran since 1979. The regime shaken. Khamenei hiding in a bunker. The world held its breath. 33 kilometers of water. 70 years of American carriers, 1,000 years of Persian memory, and it all converges on one point. Operation Epic Fury. The U.S. and Israel launched joint strikes on Iran, nuclear facilities, oil refineries, military infrastructure. Supreme Leader Khamenei killed on day one. His son Mojtaba appointed successor. Iran does not surrender. It retaliates. Iran responds. Closes the Strait of Hormuz. For the first time since 1988, 20% of the world's oil blocked. For the first time since the 70s, the world faced a real oil crisis. Lines at gas stations, panic in supermarkets, governments burning through reserves. The IEA called it the greatest challenge to global energy security in history. 33 kilometers of water. That's all it takes. Oil, $110 per barrel. Gas prices double. Flights canceled. Markets crash. 500 ballistic missiles. 2,000 drones. Iran strikes Israel and Gulf bases. Hezbollah opens a second front. Day 26 of the war. Iran rejects the ultimatum. Demands 5 conditions for ceasefire. The strait is closed, and no one knows. For how long? In the 25th century BC, they shipped spices through this strait. In 2026 AD, oil. Only the cargo changed. The stakes are exactly the same. I stood on these shores when Persian galleys passed. I saw Portuguese caravels, British dreadnoughts, American carriers. The Persians believed the strait was a gift from the gods. The Portuguese, a path to world domination. The British, a key to empire. The Americans, a guarantor of stability. They were all wrong. The strait belongs to no one. It outlasted every one of them, and it will outlast the next. Iranian missiles, 33 kilometers of water, 2,500 years of blood, and none of them was the last. As promised, here is what the strait looks like today. Albuquerque's fort still stands on Hormuz Island. Red walls, cannons. Tourists walk where the world's trade was once controlled. And across the strait, aircraft carriers. The past never stays buried. Subscribe. The chronicler has more to show. The history of Iran, 5,000 years before the war. Watch here.